Hello everybody and welcome back to Madden 2002 in the Buffalo Bills franchise mode, and we are continuing right along ahead here, kind of getting down that home stretch, I guess you could say. We're around the halfway point still. I think we're about at that midsection here, close to the week 10, week 11 point. But either way, we have a very important team on the docket today, or I guess maybe not important in terms of like our playoff odds, but just in terms of competitiveness. They are important here. It's the Green Bay Packers. They are a good team around this time here. They have some holes around here, like the receiving core is not very deep, but overall, like skill positions are pretty solid, okay? Because they have one of the best quarterbacks in the game, that man right there, Brett Favre, who's on a tear to start the season so far, man. He is on an absolute tear. Over 2,200 yards and 15 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions, and he's averaging his completion percentage is 63%, man, 63%. And there have been many quarterbacks we've faced so far this year that are averaging in the 60s, but both of them today that we're going to be facing here, and Peyton Manning and Brett Favre, are both averaging well over 60%. So we have our work cut out for us here, especially as far as pass defense is concerned. And so we've had some good defensive performances, but in the last video, of course, things were not as good on defense as we needed them to be. So we're going to expect a little bit more from our defense in this game on the road here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, but against this tough NFC opponent, who knows? And the Packers were 9-7 last year. They barely squeaked into the playoffs just over the Lions, who are also 9-7, their division rival, my favorite team. I hate that. But they did have a short trip in the playoffs here as the 8-8 Eagles kind of knocked them out. And now, speaking of knockout, the ball's been knocked out, and Sam Cohen's scooped up a fumble here, and he's in the end zone for a scoop and a score. And somehow, Brett Favre finds himself in a tough situation here. And Sawyer, one of our big free agency acquisitions, was able to knock that football out. And Cohen was there as a layup, man. He was there for the layup. So we take an early lead over the Packers in the first quarter. Now we are here on offense, but Dilfer's going to give up a turnover of his own, and now this one might be heading the distance unless someone can catch up here, and it's Sammy Morris who tracks him down and stops the pick six, but it is still an interception for Trent Dilfer here, and that is only, for everything that we can say about Dilfer, that is only his second interception on the season. He just only has 6 passing touchdowns, which is why it's such a problem, but either way. So now the Packers here, and it's Amon Green who's going to get the call, and he's in the end zone making a house call for 6 here, because, a reservation for 6, rather, because he's been injured for a majority of the season. He only had like 60-something yards heading into this game on just a couple of carries, but he was probable in this game, so he's been nursing an injury for a majority of the season, and looks like this is going to be his first game in where he's feeling healthy enough to go, and clearly everything is working okay for him. So, but Eric Moulds here with a nice reception. Now Dilfer going to pitch this one out to Morris, breaks the first tackle, cuts inside, finds some open space, breaks another tackle. He's moving back towards the center of the field, and he's going to get inside the 20, but more importantly, he's going to get the first down. And there you see, man, Sammy Morris has cracked 1,000 yards on the season, 14 touchdowns. That's a full season's worth, and we still have like what, 6 or 7 games left to play? I mean, dude, he is on a tear. So 3rd and 10 here, the Packers defense is showing some resilience, and Dilfer floats this one out to Westbrook in the back of the end zone in double coverage, and somehow that's going to fall. So Dilfer, man, he's a man of both sides here. He's got the interception already and a passing touchdown. So we haven't seen a lot of turnovers, and we haven't seen a lot of touchdowns from Dilfer, and he's given us one of each in this game so far. So we are currently going back and forth with the Packers here after the second quarter. But now it is going to be the Packers who are moving the ball here past midfield in the second half, and it's Amon Green once again getting some open space here, evading the defense, and now it's a foot race. Can he win out? And no, he can't, as Henry Jones tracks him down and brings him down, but not before he gets a ton of yards on the ground, and he is really making his case today for all the lost time that he had this season, so we got to watch out for that. So second and goal here, it's a long goal to go. Favre tries to roll out here, evades the pressure, and finds a wide open target in the end zone, and who else but Bubba Franks, baby, the iconic Packers tight end Bubba Franks, and shockingly Bubba Franks here with 4 touchdowns on the season, which is tied with the leading the top receiver in terms of touchdowns. So the Packers even things up here at 14 apiece. Late in the third quarter here, Sammy Morris trying to get some open space to get across the line again, and he does, break some tackles, and now he's got an open space, and there's nobody back there who can catch up to him. It's a foot race to the end zone. He's going to get caught by the shoestrings. I thought he was gone. I thought he had enough speed to get going, but he did not. So it looks like we had a battle of running backs. So typically we have one silenced and one working really well. It's rare that we see both running backs really being effective. I think the Chargers game was like the last time we had both running backs really kind of be effective, at least in some aspect. But hey, Travis Henry, another running back being effective here, as Travis Henry gets touchdown number 4 on the season. That's really the only role. I talked about the last time he scored a touchdown. It's like the only role he has is like these little short yardage things where we just kind of like sure, man, go for it. We need 5 yards to get it, and he's good to get it. But Amon Green out in open space once again, takes a man with him out of bounds, but not before getting the first down, getting well into Buffalo territory. So once again, the Packers relying on that run game to get them close. So now fast forward to a 3rd and 3, our defense putting some pressure on the neck of the Packers, but Favre able to find an open target. And now 1 broken tackle, 2 broken tackles, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Packers, and that is going to be Antonio Freeman picking up touchdown number 5, and that is the other leader in receiving touchdowns on the Packers. So Bubba Franks with 5 now on the season, and Antonio Freeman now with 5 on the season. And there's only like 1 receiver on the Packers, like I said at the beginning of the video, that has like an overall over like 70 something. Like the rest of them are all pretty darn low on the depth chart, but Favre is making it work. So now we have to answer back here. Now Travis Henry getting the call again. He's going to get brought down, but he's going to draw out the face mask, and that should at least get us close here to the first down marker. It's going to give us a fresh set of downs. So Travis Henry, again, doing his job here. We're only expecting him to get about 5 or so yards, and instead he's going to get us the first down, either by penalty or by his legs. Either way, it doesn't matter. He's going to do it. And so now, 1st and 10, fresh set of downs for the Bills here. We're going to go back to the ground game because it keeps working. And Travis Henry's still in the field, and he's going to get another first down, man. So now Travis Henry doing a little bit more here. And I don't know why we're seeing so much of Henry in this game. I'm not super upset about it, but it's working. So we're going to stick with it as long as it's working. So 1st and 10 here, just outside the red zone. We're going to go back to the ground game. And once again, it's Travis Henry on the ground, getting to the outside edge and heading towards the sideline. And he's got, again, another nice pickup. And it's another first down on top of that. So maybe something's wrong. Sammy Morris might have been injured, and I clipped it out. I don't know. But he's not injured long term, if anything. So I guess we're just rocking with Travis Henry for some reason. And nope, there's Sammy Morris finishing off the drive, getting touchdown number 15 on the season, mind you. 15. So Sammy Morris comes in and takes all the glory from Travis Henry after Travis Henry pretty much set us up. And that's a technique that we haven't seen. So maybe Cliff Harris and the offensive coordinator trying to cook something up differently to keep up with this Packers offense, because it has just been a back and forth. And exactly, man, look at this. We cannot stop them on either side. So Antonio Freeman cooking us once again through the air, and there you see Eric Mold's really kind of a non-factor in this game, so we got to figure something out passing-wise, but that's the story every week. And now Bubba Franks in double coverage. There were 3 Bills over there, let's be honest, and somehow Bubba Franks comes down with it here. So now late in the 4th quarter, the Packers playing here for the lead if they can, and Favre sends one to the end zone, and that pass is caught. And yeah, this is what the difference between a good team or a great team and a decent team. Like, that's the difference here. Because the Packers, when they needed to switch over to the passing game, they could. They easily could. It wasn't even an issue for them. And they were able to just dink and dunk their way down the field very quickly. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And now we have a little bit of a situation on our hands. We got to figure something out. Can we do the same thing? Can we switch to the passing game? Dilfer, back to pass here. Under 30 seconds left to go. And he finds an open target. Excuse me. Finds an open target in Peerless Price, who gets at least the first down for us, so it's going to at least continue. But again, clock is not stopping here. We're in the pro, so we have to continue moving with the momentum. Clock is under 20 seconds. We're going to have to really get down the field, if at all we can. We're inside now, we're inside our own 45. And Dilfer back to pass once again, finds another open target across the middle, and it's Westbrook, but that's not going to get us anywhere close to where we need to go. I need Dilfer to look downfield a little bit here. He's got the protection up front. The line is giving him plenty of space up front. He's just got to start looking downfield. He has to. But now we're under 10 seconds. Can we get back up to the line here before time expires? 3, 2, 1. Can we get the snap off? And yes, we do get the snap off. Clock is at triple zeros, and Dilfer, again, just taking a quick crossing route to Peerless Price. Going to get us absolutely nowhere close to the end zone. It's a completely lifeless performance from Dilfer once again here. But it is okay because we are tied up. So maybe with a little bit more management of the clock here, could maybe got 3 points, but it's okay, because either way, we live to fight at least another quarter, I guess. Live to fight another quarter as Freeman, another close catch on the sideline, but that's not going to be any good. So they're going to punt it away to us, and now we're facing a 3rd and long on our own end. Dilfer finds Peerless Price across the middle once again. I don't know what it is about those crossing routes, but that is his bread and butter. But so we fall short here, unfortunately, on that drive, so we're going to have to give the Packers another opportunity to potentially win this game. All they need is a field goal now to win it, and Favre under pressure, running for his life, but he finds an open target, and he's going to have this one caught inside the Bills' 40, and now the Packers are getting closer and closer. And remember, I changed the kicking slider, so they can't just take a 55-yarder and win the game. They're going to have to at least maybe get another 5 or 10 yards if they really want to feel good about this. So they're going to give it to Amon Green, and there it is, baby. There it is, all the yards that they need. First down and then some, so now they could just kill the clock if they want, and essentially walk this one off. which presumably they're going to do. So another just, I mean, I don't even know. This is a weird game to try and extrapolate and try and break down. It's very interesting. So the Packers do walk us off here. They get the game-winning field goal, and they're going to grab a win. So it's another win that we leave on the scoreboard. There's a lot of things that frustrate me about this game, especially from the passing perspective, because we're going to see Dilfer's full numbers here, and I feel like the passing game, at least, I don't know, did enough to win, because clearly we were using it. We were utilizing it a little bit. We have a passing touchdown in this game, but it's still very obvious that running the football was the big key in this game here for both teams until the Packers decided that they didn't have to anymore, and they kind of changed things out. So there you see here. So the Packers did both pretty efficiently well here. Neither team was good on third down whatsoever. So maybe that's why this felt a little bit closer, because neither team could really break through in that department, and we had the same amount of red zone opportunities as the Packers did. So I feel like we played a very even game here, and obviously the score reflects that as we went to overtime. Time of possession is also very even too. So Dilfer with over 200 yards here. The interception's not very great either, but I mean, I don't know. It's pretty standard stuff here from Dilfer. The interception is kind of an outlier here, but you probably like a little bit more in that department. Sammy Morris fails to get even 100 yards on the day here. Still a good game. I mean, 98 yards, you'll take it, and a touchdown. But I don't know. I'm trying to find where the weak link was. I feel like we really missed an opportunity to play a full, strong, and complete game. But I don't know. Maybe just some missed opportunities, some miscues here. I thought Green Bay was going for that lead at the end, and I forgot that game had went to overtime. So we got an overtime thriller here in this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed an overtime thriller. But this one's probably not fixing to be much of a thriller here, as we have the Colts, the very strong Colts here, that they're visiting us here back in Orchard Park. We are back home after a quick little road trip, and we have the Colts now in our own den. And so the Colts now no longer a division opponent here. So we're just playing them as a conference opponent. So this is another important conference game, like I've been talking about so much this season. It's important to win these kinds of games, and I feel like we faltered in a lot of them. We've been really strong in our division, but overall, just in our own conference, we've fallen short in a lot of places. You know what I mean? Like with San Diego and with Jacksonville, and these are games that we got to start winning, because when it comes down to it, unless we're going to win the AFC East, we're going to need to have some of these conference games under our belt here. If we find ourselves around like 9-7 at the end of the season, we're going to need a couple of these games. So, but the Colts, much like the Packers here, are a very, very strong team. They were 10-6 last year. They made it into the postseason, but not as far as the Dolphins did from the last video. They did not make it to the AFC Championship, but regardless, they still made it. And mind you, that was with Peyton Manning missing a majority of the season. They were doing that with Billy Joe. Again, we missed Peyton Manning both times last season, but now he is in this game, and so is Edgerrin James. And Edgerrin James is making his presence very much felt as Henry Jones gets the shoestring tackle, gets Edgerrin James up by his ankles. And again, much like Amon Green, Edgerrin James is also listed as probable for this game. So he was also nursing a bit of an injury here. And the Colts have been figuring something out here at running back. They've been dealing with injury since last season. It's been a thing. But now they seem to be at least mostly healthy. So the sky is kind of the limit here for this Colts team, as they are one of the best teams in the NFL entering into this game. You guys are going to see it a little bit later when we flash the record. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. So this is kind of like a David Goliath situation, even though we're not as bad as it seems here. But our season is definitely kind of faltering here as we're hovering around 500, trying to get back to it. So, but Reggie Wayne sets the Colts up nicely here for a scoring drive, and Edgerrin James just completely zips right on past. I mean, just zero effort almost is put out. I mean, that was disappointing. In many ways, that was just disappointing. You expect a little bit more. It doesn't work out. It happens. Edgerrin James in the end zone here. The Colts strike first in this drive. So now, hopefully we can get a little bit something going here on a 3rd and 5 here across midfield. Dilfer going to go to the flat here, and he finds Sean Bryson. And Sean Bryson's really only been used effectively as kind of like a passing running back, which I find interesting, because he ran the football somewhat effectively last year for us, kind of like what Travis Henry's done. But we've kind of just like flipped the roles. It's very odd, but now with a fresh set of downs here, Dilfer finds Westbrook, hits him all the way inside the 5-yard line, and Westbrook nearly gets into the end zone. They're going to mark him just shy, put the ball at about the 1 or so, but he was very, very close there. Very close to punching that one into the end zone, but they're going to mark him just shy. So we're getting another look at it here as Dilfer lays this one up here, finds Westbrook. Look at that, man. Just finds the zone. That's what we need Dilfer to do all the time in every game, is just find those openings. Read the defense, read the field, and find the opening. So we're going to hand this one off, of course, to Sammy Morris to punch this one in and cap off this drive. And that is touchdown number 16. Touchdown number 16. Over 1,100 yards and 16 touchdowns, dude. He's probably going for records. He's going for OJ records, probably. But the Colts now with a chance to answer back, and again, they're going to Edgerrin James on the outside edge here. Cowart tracking him down, and he manages to make the open field tackle, which is good, man. Good from Cowart, man. That's what we get from our best defensive player, is things like that. We can expect those kind of things from him. But Edgerrin James is completely feasting all over us, man. He is. And look at that. Like I said, bro, 8-1. This Colts team is not fixing to lose many games this year. They are not. They're heading right on back. They're looking to grab the first AFC South title in NFL history, and I think they're in a good spot to do it. I think they're really poised to do it here. So Manning hits Reggie Wayne across the middle for another nice completion. We haven't even seen the most of the top Colts receiver here in Marvin Harrison. It's all been Reggie Wayne and Edgerrin James right now, and Edgerrin James again getting out into open space, and he's got another touchdown on the day, and I don't know if we can go band for band with this Colts offense, man. I don't know if we can. We just somehow did it with the Packers. I don't think we can do it with the Colts, man. They've got a little bit too much going on here, so... But now the Colts with another opportunity on offense in our own end on 3rd and 4. And again, it's Reggie Wayne across the middle. We have to know at this point, man, in any type of pressure or adversity, Manning is going to go to Wayne across the middle. That's just what we have to expect at this point. And still, we have not adjusted. So it's another 3rd and 12, so we can pretty much expect what's going to happen here. But Manning, again, and floats it out. And who else, man? Number 87, Reggie Wayne. He finds him. This time not across the middle, but still, he goes to his favorite guy, man, on those 3rd downs. I don't know why we can't lock him in. And on 3rd and goal here, Manning once again finds, this time it's Marvin Harrison. So he whips out number 88 when he absolutely has to. And Marvin Harrison gets touchdown number 9 on the season here, getting very close to 1,000 yards, like his 4th or 5th straight 1,000+ yard season. He is on a tear, dude. He's the best receiver in the NFL right now. Just unacquitted, bro. Just like crazy. But on a 3rd and 10, we get ourselves some juice here, some lucky juice here. Sean Bryson runs a route out there, so he's there on 3rd down. And again, man, kind of like in the last game, we were using Travis Henry a lot to run the football, and Sean Bryson's out here receiving a lot. So I don't know what the switch-up is with our running back depth chart. I'm okay with it. We'll live with it. It's working right now, so we'll go with it. Dilfer managed to find Eric Moulds here for another 1st down, but we are moving with some tempo here as the first half is about to come to a close. We're around 30 seconds left to go here. 1st and 10. Dilfer back to pass here. Looks over his options, gets rid of it just nearly in time, sends it to the end zone, and that pass is broken up to Eric Moulds, and so we're going to get at least another shot here with the time stopped. We can at least catch our breath and think about a little bit what we're trying to do. So now 2nd and 10 here. Dilfer takes the snap. All day to throw here. Throws it across the middle, and he finds, I think it's McDaniel across the middle, and we saw him in the last video once or twice, and he's here in this one as well. So the clock is still expiring once again. We have a 1st down, and Dilfer maybe he's going to try to get the spike off. No, he's just going to run a play here. Sends it towards the end zone, and that pass is caught for a touchdown. It's Peerless Price getting a touchdown in this game here, and that is his 1st of the season. So, again, Peerless Price is one of those people, much like McDaniel, who's just fallen so far down the depth chart with the additions of Westbrook and Schroeder that we haven't really used him that much. But, hey, here's Peerless Price getting himself a touchdown. So, but we find ourselves down here by just 7 now with the Colts, so maybe we can do the shootout thing with the Colts. Who knows? Maybe we can. We have an opportunity on offense here in the 2nd half, and Dilfer able to hit Westbrook here for a quick, short route. And that's going to give us a 1st down, and more importantly, a fresh set of downs, okay, as we move closer and closer into Colts territory. Dilfer back to pass again, wants to get rid of it quickly again, and he finds Eric Moulds for another 1st down. So we are moving here. Dilfer's moving the football. Look at that, 6 consecutive completions. Is Dilfer finally cooking here? Does he realize what's ahead of him? He realizes what's going on here. But quickly, 3rd and 9 here. The Colts defense is locking in. They won't take it, but it doesn't matter because Dilfer fits that one in a window to Jerry Mersma, and he gets us into the end zone for another Bills touchdown. And we have tied this game up, ladies and germs. And that's Remersma's 1st touchdown too. So a lot of big contributors offensively are getting not just their names called, but they're getting in the end zone here. So Remersma, much like last year, has a lot of yards and a lot of receptions, but just not really finding the end zone. And finally, Dilfer is able to find him in there. So, but the Colts now are looking to answer back on a 3rd and 2. And Edgerrin James here gets a quick pass from Manning, and it is a foot race towards the end zone. He shakes off one tackle and gets brought down from behind, as Duncan is able to at least dive and save the touchdown, but not before Edgerrin James picks up a humongous gain. And that time it was through the air. That was a quick just out route in the flat, and Manning finds him. And now Edgerrin James, look at that gaping hole, man. Look at that, just massive hole for him to run through. Untouched, he gets to the end zone, and that is another Edgerrin James touchdown. The Colts quickly reestablish the lead here over us in our own place, man, because we are just struggling to keep up with the Colts right now, man. I don't even think their line is that good. I don't think their defense is all that good. I mean, I made trades with them last year. I know what their defense looks like, but it doesn't matter. Edgerrin James is just too good. There's no containing him. The Colts back on offense again as our offense starting to stall out here in the 2nd half, and Marvin Harrison just completely mossing anyone that we have out there in coverage. It didn't matter who it was. Marvin Harrison was going to come down with that football more likely than not. I mean, that's just how it is when you're up against stars like this. Manning just lets that thing fly, lets it rip. Yeah, coming down with it. Antoine Winfield trying his best out there, but it's just not going to matter. It's just not going to matter with these guys here. So the fourth quarter now coming to a start here. I forgot to edit in the splash screen for the third quarter, but either way, Edgerrin James here catching a pass from Peyton Manning. He can do it both, man. He can do both. He's running and he's catching. It doesn't matter. He's doing them both. And that's another first down, but 3rd and 12 quickly here, so watch out for Manning. But actually, they're going to hand it off to James, and I guess they're just going to set up for the field goal, maybe try and take a 2-possession lead, and maybe forcibly kind of put this game away. But we could still, there's still plenty of time, so we could. So they send out Vanderjagt here for a longer field goal. Still a very manageable field goal for Vanderjagt, and he nails the 39-yarder through. So the Colts now hanging on to their 2-possession lead. I think it's 31-21 now still, if my math is correct. If I'm mathing correctly here. But now late, coming out of the 2-minute warning here, Dilfer still trying to get something going with this offense, and he finds Schroeder, and Schroeder evades the defense, and now there's nobody out there. Nobody out there. Can he rely on the speed on the legs? Get a little bit faster, white boy. Come on, run! Run! Schroeder does not have the speed that we want, man. And it's got no fault of his, man. He's like a 76 overall. I mean, we know what to expect. We know what we were getting when we got Schroeder. He was not the Speedy Gonzalez that we were really looking for, man. That should have been somewhere else, man. Probably Eric Moles, which I don't know why Eric Moles isn't out there making that play, but it doesn't matter. As long as somebody is, and at least sets us up pretty well here. We could score here in as little time as possible. We have to try and keep as much time on the clock as possible. Dilfer understanding that, trying to get the boys back up to the line here, running the hurry up here. Still under a minute and a half left to go. Just takes the snap here. Pressure in his face immediately, and he gets rid of it in time. Tries to get it to Westbrook. That pass nearly intercepted as Dilfer's clobbered right up the middle, man. They just send that pressure from everywhere. It came out of nowhere, right up the gut, man. So we're continuing on a 2nd and 10 now with a second to catch our breath here. 1:23 left to go. Dilfer taking the snap here. All day to throw. Finds a wide open Peerless Price, and he's going to get brought down. But there's a hanky on the field, and it is because somebody grabbed a little bit too much of the face mask. That's going to make it half the distance to the goal, and we're going to be looking to punch this one in here. We are still alive. We are not quite dead yet. We still have a little bit left in the tank here. Just a little bit. So with a minute and change left to go here. 2nd and goal. Can we punch this one in? Send a man in motion. Dilfer looking to do something with it. He's running around to the pocket, and he finds an open target. It's Westbrook across the middle, and he's going to fall forward for another Bills touchdown. I have no idea how that happened, how that play worked. Dilfer didn't even look like he knew what to do with the football. I don't know if he was going to run it. I have no idea. Look at that. Offensive lineman just getting shoved on the ground. Westbrook barely gets across the goal line. We will take it. We will absolutely take it. So here's our last chance here on an onside kick here, Christie. Nice little onside kick, and we managed to land on top of it, but unfortunately, it does not travel the entire distance. So it had me going for a second, man. I thought for real that we had it. I thought for real that we had it. I fully believed that we had it, but we don't. So fast forward now to the Colts here on 3rd and inches. They just need the first down to end the game, and Edgerrin James, of course, is going to get it because he's been doing it all game long, and that is going to end things for us here at home as the Colts are going to be able to burn out the rest of the clock. And we come within just a field goal, man. We made it close with the Colts, man. We competed. So these games, man, so close, man. So close against 2 very, very good teams that I know we will probably be seeing in the playoffs. Well, probably not the Packers, but the Packers will probably make it, or at least come close to making it. But, man, look at this. Look at the yards, man. They're just everywhere, dude. They could do anything. And the 3rd down, yeah, we were terrible on 3rd down. I think that really is the big outlying stat, is the fact that we weren't really able to do much of anything on 3rd down against the Colts. Like, that, we could have flipped this game on its head if we could stop just a couple more of those 3rd downs. But 9 for 11 on 3rd down is just not great. And Dilfer, man, has a career game. So, after all the criticism I gave in the last game, man, he comes out and absolutely stands on his head, bro. 68% completion percentage. I don't think he's ever thrown that high in a Bills uniform. And mind you, Peyton Manning is at 66% on the season. Okay, that's 15% more than Dilfer is on the season. He's at 51. So, and again, one of the other big things here is the running game. Just stuff, man. We seem to lose whenever our running game is stuffed. And even though Dilfer actually played a great game passing-wise, we still need him to run. We need Sammy Morse to run to be a complete team. And so we just don't seem to have a lot of weeks where both of that is corresponding. So that's a big thing to note here, but we have more division play in the next video. So I hope to see you guys when we play the Patriots.